Hey everybody, it's Carrie Lenahan checking in from Studio B this morning. It is Thursday, Mexican Mother's Day. So, as everyone, I wanted to, first, before I forget, because I keep forgetting, the answer, sorry I'm winded, I've been running all over. The answer to the Family Fued question was, what do men like on women long? So somebody guessed it, I think it was Latessa. But yeah, so my girlfriend screenshotted that or whatever, took a picture and put it on there. So I thought that was kind of fun because I think the number 2 answer was hair. It was hair, neck. I'm not going to say number 4, and I can't remember what number 1 was, but men like long on women. So there's the answer. Thank you for participating in the survey. So, or survey says. So here is the Beach Wave iron. This is a friend of mine's. She brought it over. She was asking me kind of how to use this. Oh, that may even detach. So it's one of those irons that automatically swivels. The reason she purchased this, she was having a hard time doing drop it while it's hot, like releasing the tongue or the clamp without pulling on her hair. So I have both of these heated up. I chose the 1-inch today because it's closer in diameter to the Beach Wave iron. So I played with it. I did not love it, but I'm going to show you guys how to use it and we're going to compare. So I'm going to go ahead in. So I think part of the reason, actually let me click this up. Part of the reason I didn't love it was because I'm used to taking longer vertical sections, just because that's kind of the trend and the look that's in. And I should have been prepared and had that for you guys, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to throw a little bobby pin up there. Okay, so I'm going to separate this because here's what I had a hard time with. If you're not used to a curling iron at all, it probably won't bother you a bit, but the clamp is tiny. The reason she purchased this is the clamp is tiny, so she wouldn't get caught up. Plus it rotates on its own. So you need a smaller section. We're gonna come in, see how that pops out? So I need even a smaller section. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna clamp. Another thing I didn't love is that you couldn't warm the cuticle layer. I suppose you could do this. You don't wanna go back and forth on the hair because then you're going against that shingle or cuticle layer. We talked about that in a previous video on blow drying, but you couldn't smooth it out. So I wasn't obsessed with that. But you come in, I'm gonna leave the tips out, and then you just push the button and it rotates up. Now, you know what? I think this is actually, hi Erin, how are you? Can't wait to see you tomorrow. I have your hair. So you're able to drop down and then release easier. Okay, so that did work better than the other day. So second time around was easier. And then the rotation, personally, I think it's kind of a gimmicky toy, but you know what? I don't even know how much they run, but I suppose as you get used to it. For me, just because I am used to a regular curling iron, it feels like it takes way longer. Like I don't have to take these tiny sections. Okay, so let's grab a regular piece of hair and try my regular 1-inch iron. So with this, see, I can take more. I took a wider section. I'm going to come in, I'm going to be able to warm the surface. Now remember, I'm not just leaving it wide, clamped tight, because I don't want to hurt that cuticle layer. So I have it kind of slightly open as I run through. Hi Nicole, how are you? So I'm going to roll it up. I just kind of count to about 3-ish, see how it feels. Then I'm going to drop it, twist, drop it, twist, and then release. But I was able to do a much bigger section. So I feel like the iron, I kind of like the spinny thing. I mean, I think it's a cool concept. If the tongue was longer, the clamp was longer, maybe I would like it more. But I just feel like on this side, I had to do 2 sections to do these 2 pieces. I am able to do the rest of the whole other half in 2. So I drop that down. Now let's drop down the next section and play on this side with the Beach Wave iron. So let's grab a section here. That's me. Let's grab some extension hair because that's my longer hair. And then I'm going to come in. And now you have to kind of think about too, because it rotates both. See how I don't like how that slips out. I want that thing to be like 1 inch taller. But see how it, and see, and I kind of want to release it and move it. So this could just be hairdresser issues because I am, oh, where's the button? Used to doing it another way. But if you've never, like I said, if you're new to all of this and you don't know any different, this is how you would train and you would feel perfectly comfortable. But see how tiny that is? My vote is I wouldn't waste my money on it. great in theory, but as long as the tongue, like, and I'm working with her on being able to get used to just how to hold this. And some of these clamps are tighter than others. This one is really tight. This is a Paul Mitchell, but see, I can adjust, twist up. Unless you've got like major wrist issues that don't allow you carpal tunnel or something, I think you're better off just going with the regular iron. I know, I make it look super easy, but you guys have to remember, I have been practicing this. I did not start off doing that little drop it while it's hot that early. And if you go back and watch my drop it while it's hot video, it's quite a ways back in my feed, but you know, I got a little Snoop Dogg, pop it while it's hot going on in the background, kind of fun to watch, but it goes into more detail. But we roll up, we heat, we drop and twist, drop and twist, drop and twist, and I just kind of roll off. I'm not even curling all the way, but I do like to just kind of run it over to smooth out the fuzz. And one side will be easier than the other, guaranteed. So also I was going to tell you guys, and I was going to start off with this, but got a little excited. I have Kevin Murphy dry shampoo in. This is my bed head, or was my bed head. If you started at the beginning, you'll see the bed head. Oh, that one already did. So yeah, see, when I can do the long, big chunk vertical at one time, it just feels much faster. I think I would have been done by now if I just stuck to my regular iron, but it's still fun to play with new toys. So I went in first a lot of this because I am a greasy girl and I am way overdue for color. I get my hair done next week, so you can see that's all my virgin hair, which tends to be more oily or appear more oily. So I work that in at the root. This freshens up the hair, makes it smell great, but it also is kind of a talc powder or rice powder that helps to absorb the extra oils. So you want to make sure you brush through it. I've had a few guests through the years who like, oh, it leaves my scalp white. Well, that's because you got to rub it in, you got to work it through, and some of them are a little heavier than others. And then you would go ahead and brush as well and just kind of break up that powder. They also have dry shampoos that come in color now. So, I mean, they're amazing. You can't beat it. Dry shampoo is like save the day. But I had some major like bedhead today. I slept on my silk pillowcase, which I love, by the way. Big fan. Even my 10-year-old this morning was like, Mommy, your pillowcases are so soft. So even my 10-year-old likes them. So now I'm going to have to fight him for them. Not that he's worried about wrinkles or his hair extensions, but you know what I'm saying? He likes that because they actually make it feel cooler too. Oh, nice. Nicole's on day 6 of no washing. You go, girl. That's amazing. I wish that I could go that long. And I know I could. I know I just have to retrain myself. So what happens is we're so used to washing our hair all the time. Rinse, lather, repeat, do it every day. That's what we were trained to do. That we've trained our bodies to just keep producing oil, oil, oil. So I know that if I were willing to go through the couple-month retraining period, you can literally retrain your body to not be producing as much oil. Every time we shampoo, we're stripping that oil layer off, and then our body's like, oh, thanks a lot. Now I got to go rebuild all that. So if we stop, at first you're going to be greasy, but then eventually your body's going to sense it and go, you know what, dude? You're good. I don't have to pump out as much oil. So that's where the dry shampoo would make it much easier to retrain. Okay, so now I've got all my curls in. I went back and did my upper pieces. I'm gonna grab this guy again just because my extensions are low and I will fall down. Yeah. Oh, so Nicole says, yeah, girl, do it. It's so worth it. So I know, I just got to do it, right? All right, you'll be my accountability partner, Nicole. And what she's talking about is do it, like retrain my scalp. Go through the few months of looking greasy because it's worth it in the end. So today I'm going to use my Kenra Puff. So I've had a lot of you asking me, what's the difference between these? Some of you have seen this and are like, I want that. And then I've actually recommended this. The spray is more forgiving. It's a little bit lighter weight. They're essentially kind of the same job and the same thing, but this one is just much easier to use. I'm actually using Puff today because, like I said, I slept like a crazy person and I got some serious cowlicks back here, so I want a little more control. So I'm going to puff that up and you'll see me just sprinkle in at the base. I'm going to go right above my extensions too because I know I need extra help up there today. And then I'm just going to go right down my part line and you just kind of gently shake and the product. So basically, if you're one of my granola girls who is not a fan of aerosols, or my sister who is not a fan of aerosols or anything that's going to hurt the planet, this is a great alternative to this guy. You can also use this guy out on the end. So I just kind of lean over and sprinkle up the hair and diffuse. And the beautiful thing with these products is they stay in the hair throughout the day. Do you see how much that volume that gives me? Throughout the day, as my hair goes flat, I can just kind of rub it together. And yes, I'm rubbing my cuticle sideways, but I'm not rubbing it tight like a crazy person. I'm just gently kind of fluffing up and giving me that beachy wave. So this side, I don't have any in. You can kind of see, still can get it messy because of yesterday's, but you guys saw it kind of explode. On this side, I can use this to show you. But again, the reason I chose my puff today is because I really needed the extra hold on my roots so they didn't split open and look nasty. But you can see this is such an easy delivery system to spray. So that's the two products, Kenra Powder Puff, and I love it. It has a little smiley face right there because it makes you happy. Dry shampoo, do-over. So these are very similar, it's just delivery system, and dry shampoo. So, all right guys, I am saying sayonara for today. Carrie Lenahan from Extensions by Carrie J, saying go forth and radiate.